everyone, it's Nisha. So today I wanted to demo and review the new Tarte Founcealer Multitasking Foundation with SPF 20. I think this is quite new. I've never tried any other Tarte foundations. I love the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, but unfortunately with prolonged use, it really dried out my under eyes. So I still use it, but I use it more like on my nose or to conceal other bits. Still love it. That's why I didn't want to try the Shape Tape foundation, because I thought it might be drying out, but this is supposed to be a bit different. It's not as matte. It's supposed to have quite natural finish. So let's have a look what they say about it. First of all, mine is in 27N, which is light, medium, neutral. It is too light for me right now because when I've bought it, I didn't have a fake tan on. I have fake tan on today, but I've made it look a bit matchy. So what are they saying about this foundation? It is Tarte Founcealer, a vegan skincare foundation, aka your total complexion solution. This vegan makeup and skincare hybrid delivers an ultra comfortable, natural, radiant finish and medium customizable coverage so you can live your day your way. So what it does, helps hydrate and give the appearance of plumper skin while minimizing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Formulated with nourishing Superbalm Babasu, essential fatty acid and antioxidant, lets you live your day your way. Ways to play. Light coverage, apply with fingertips. Light to medium coverage, use latex-free sponge that obviously you can buy that goes with it. And for medium coverage, use the Tarte Founcealer cruelty-free brush. So there you go. Let's have a look at the bottle. It's very cute. It's plastic, and how you open it, you just twist it and the pump comes out. Now, this would be good if that locked, but if you move it around, look, it goes back in. And the same happens when you do this. You want to squeeze it, the pump goes back in. So not happy with that. So what I do when I get the pump out, I sort of hold this bit so it doesn't turn around and then squeeze it. Because if I don't hold this bit and just squeeze it, the pump goes back in. So I don't think it's a good idea, but it doesn't work. Okay, enough talking. Let's put it on. Okay, so I am going to apply my favorite primer, Laura Mercier Radiant Primer on one side. I do it on my right side. So we just see if that makes any difference. And I will also use my artist brush on one side and a beauty sponge. So let's have a look. I will use my brush on this side. It's a bit too light because when I bought it, I wasn't tanned, so, but it's okay, you know, we can make it work with bronzer, so I'm not too worried. I think it's better to have your foundation a bit too light than too dark. Okay, well, that applied really nicely with the brush. It's a nice medium coverage, I would say, and it looks pretty natural, and that was very quick. Let's do the sponge on this side. I've put too much, just leave some here. It's applying very nicely with the sponge as well. Very nicely. And then we will try to build it up, but I will show you just the first layer. I will bring you a bit closer. It is nice. Very natural looking. So I hope you can see it well. As you can see, you can still see the imperfection underneath the foundation, but I really like the finish. It feels quite luminous, but it might dry down more matte. Also remember, I put a lot of moisturizer on because I have quite dry skin, and on this side I have the Mercier primer. Okay, let's try to build it up. Let's see how this builds up. And whenever I build up my foundation, even if I originally applied it with a brush, I will always go over it with a sponge. You know, to be honest, that first layer was plenty enough for me. But I like to see if you wanted to get, you know, fuller coverage, how it would build up. Yeah, it builds up okay. I still wouldn't say it's a full coverage, but I think if you applied even more, it might start looking a bit, you know, not cakey, but like you've got a lot of makeup. Yeah, that looks really good. First impressions, very good. Okay, I'm going to put my concealer on now. I'm still using the Fenty Beauty one. And then I will go off and finish off my makeup. And then we will check later on. You see, this concealer is not really that good. For this foundation, is much more yellow because the foundation is quite neutral, but we will make it work. Honestly, I have a foundation probably in every color that you can imagine, but somehow I manage. I mean, look how dark my hand is next to my face. My hands are a bit dark. It looks ridiculous, but I will bronze. So forget the color match. It's all about how the foundation performs. Okay, so I would say it looks pretty natural. It's really nice. It applies really easily. You saw how quick that was. Builds up okay. I wouldn't say it's full coverage, but I'm not after that anyway. So let me go and try to adjust my face to my hands a bit, and then I will see you back here. Okay, so I finished my makeup. I actually filmed this look, so you will see on Monday. Yes, on Monday I did like a chatty get ready with me. So this makeup is coming on Monday. The foundation looks really nice. I've made it a bit darker. So what I did, I topped it off with my Mercier mineral powder in classic beige, and then I bronzed a bit, you know, just to make it a bit darker, and it doesn't look too bad. It's still a bit lighter than my hands, but I don't want my face to be that dark, and my hands are far too dark anyway. I would say it's like a natural finish. It's not luminous. I mean, I've got highlighter on and stuff like that. But let's have a closer look at it. Okay, so I feel like it's not doing very well on my nose. Maybe it just doesn't agree with the Fenty concealer which I've put on my nose. It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's not doing very well on my nose. Let me turn the light down a bit. But everywhere else, you know, it hasn't settled in any of my lines. It doesn't look too cakey. I always have this problem. I don't feel like my chin is covered very well and my nose, but that's just me. So I might touch up my nose a bit and my chin, and then I will leave it and we will check after a while how it held up. I might put on my nose the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in natural beige. This one usually that does well on my nose. Might be too dark. Where's my sponge? That's better. Now I'll have to powder it a bit, and let me put it as well on my chin. I think it might be because, you know, the weather is getting warmer. Maybe I'm getting a bit more oily, and and that's why it's wearing off. I would say I didn't come back to you straight away after I've done the makeup because I've filmed this tutorial. So maybe it's been an hour since I've put that foundation on. So I'm just showing you, I'm touching up my chin and my nose. I will powder it, and I'm not gonna touch up anything else throughout the day, and we will see. Okay, so I see you a bit later. Okay, so it's about 5 o'clock. So I usually do about 6 hours, and do you know what? This foundation is fabulous. It is, like they say, natural radiant finish, and I would agree it's not matte, it's not overly luminous. It looks quite luminous on my forehead because of the Botox, and my forehead is quite smooth, therefore light bounces off it very well. And also I think I'm starting to get a bit oily on my chin and my forehead. You know, I've touched up just when I came back with my full makeup on my nose and chin, and I was going to powder it, but I forgot, so I didn't even powder it. And I can see it's a bit broken up on my chin, but not on my nose. Let me bring you closer. So this is close up. I'm gonna zoom in properly. That's it. So as you can see, I think it looks just like it looked when I first put it on. It's broken up a bit on my chin, but I didn't powder my chin, and it's gone a bit shiny on my head, but I didn't touch up, I didn't powder. But I tell you something, I quite like this foundation. I obviously, if I wanted to use it for when I'm fake tan, I would have to get darker color, but I have so many foundations that I probably just keep that one for when I'm not so dark. Yes, so I think it's a really nice foundation. Maybe if you have very oily skin, it might not work for you that well, because like I said, it is natural radiant finish. So, you know, if me with sort of dry, going into combination skin, I've gone a bit shiny here. So maybe if you have very oily skin, it might not work for you. But I'm pretty happy with it, and to be honest, I've put like 2 layers. I probably would have just done one, and I think then it would look even more natural. So yes, I'm very happy with this foundation, and I would recommend it. But again, very hard to recommend foundations because you know what it's like. We all have different skin type, and we all want different things from the foundation. But hopefully what I've shown you, it will help in some way. And I also have filmed a bit outside what it looks like in the daylight, so have a look at that. I thought I also show you what it looks like in the daylight. If I turn around, I think it looks okay, but I can only see it in a viewfinder, so I won't know till I actually upload it. But that's what it looks like in the daylight. There is no sun out, it's just quite bright. Yes, so thumbs up from me for this foundation. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for watching and stay fabulous. Bye.